Hi, this is Anna Kitney from Bergeon. Apologies for the late start. I had a few technical issues. Wi-Fi was down. I think the universe is telling me I should still be on holidays and away from my computer. So welcome. Yeah, my name is Anna Kitney. I'm the founder and director of Bergeon. And this evening we're going to be sitting down and really starting to create our goals for the next decade. A lot of people are talking about, setting goals and New Year's resolutions for the year. I would like you to think a lot further ahead. I want to start thinking about the next decade. So those of you who are joining me, welcome. Hi, Katia, Liliane, Joanna, Laura, Cinnamon, hello. Hi. Hi. So I hope you guys had a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. And obviously, tomorrow's, New Year's Eve. And a lot of people are, setting goals and making New Year's resolutions. And you may already know the statistics, but most people give up on the New Year's resolutions within the space of a couple of weeks. Gym memberships tend to go up in January and really drop off by usually mid-January, if not early February. So most people really struggle to follow through with their New Year's resolutions. So just, I'd like to get some interactivity going in this Facebook Live. So, your participation is required. I would just like you to, write in the chat for me, what are some things that you wished you had achieved in the last year but didn't quite make it happen? Okay, so goals you set for yourself last year, so back in January 2019, the goals you set for yourself, which are the ones did you not achieve? Okay, so I just want you to put that into the chat for me. So what we're going to be doing tonight is we're going to be doing some energy clearing to release some of this resistance that we have towards our goals. So there may be some things in your list that you did achieve. Some things may have happened very easily for you. Some things may have taken some time, but eventually happened. But there's maybe those things that keep getting added to your list year after year and never seem to get resolved. So this is what we're going to be addressing in tonight's Facebook Live. The place where you've got resistance to the things that you really want to happen but aren't seem to be happening. So it's not through a lack of persistence or motivation or desire. What this comes down to is somewhere in your subconscious mind there's some fear or belief that's holding you back from actually achieving that goal and achieving it easily and simply. Okay, we don't have to make goals difficult and with hardship. Okay, they can be done quite easily, but when we start to release the thinking around those goals. So let me give you an example. So I had a client who was really struggling to release weight, and it was something that, it was on her list year after year after year, and it was just never getting shifted, that each year she would take things off her list but was not able to release weight. And so when we started to work with her in regards to what the fear is for actually releasing weight, because she wanted to release weight, but she couldn't. No matter what she dieted, she would yo-yo, it would never work. And so when we started to do some inquiry through the feeling process, to do some digging to find out what is going on underneath this resistance to releasing weight, I uncovered that she had a fear that if she was skinny, that she would be unsafe. So she was quite slender as a young woman, very attractive, but the way men would look at her would be like a piece of property or a piece of meat, and it would make her feel physically unsafe. So the more weight that she put on, the less looks and stares she got from men that made her feel embarrassed and ashamed, uncomfortable and unsafe. So on a physical level, by carrying more weight, she felt safe. So even though her conscious goal was to release weight, subconsciously the belief was it's not safe to be thin, it's not safe to be beautiful, it's not safe to be attractive. Okay, so this is one example. Let me give you another example. So with another client, she wanted to increase her income substantially. And so she would work really hard, create lots of different projects, do lots of different jobs. And what would happen is that no matter how hard she worked, at the end of the month, she would always end up with the same amount of money. So more work did not eventuate to more money. Now, obviously, that seems counterintuitive that, she would be making more money. And so again, when we use the feeling process to uncover the deepest underlying belief systems about her fear of being more wealthy, more abundant, more prosperous, making more money, okay, with less effort, not more work, her fear is that she would no longer receive the love of her father, which came in the form of money. So her father would financially support her in her life, and he was not necessarily a terribly affectionate man. And so the way she received love from her father was through money, that he would buy her gifts and money. And so her fear was that if she started to increase her income and become financially independent of her father, her fear was that she would lose the love of her father. Now, conscious, she's not thinking love equals money, but the subconscious is thinking the way daddy loves me is he buys me things or gives me money, and that's how I know he loves me. Okay, so hopefully you're getting the understanding of how sometimes our subconscious can create resistance to what we're wanting, not because we're not determined or we're not exercising or eating right or taking the right actions. You can have fantastic strategy, tactics. You can have an amazing business plan. You know, you can have a personal trainer. You can be on juice diets, but none of that shit will work unless you release the programs in the subconscious mind, that resistance. So this is what we're going to be uncovering tonight, the biggest fear to some of your big dreams for the next 10 years. Okay, guys, so welcome. Hi, Maria, Laura, Xenia, Pavelina, welcome. Jirigata, Andrea, welcome. France, welcome. Eleonora, hello, my lovely. Miss you. Happy New Year. Eldoy, Sital. Okay, so let's have a look at some of your goals, guys. So Sital's saying, starting my own bookkeeping business. So you haven't got to start on your business. Okay, so let me address this one straight away. So if you have been an employee and you're looking to have your own business, the mindset of an employee cannot be the mindset you use to create a business. It's a whole different mindset, not let alone skills, like obviously, cash flow management, sales, marketing. There's a whole lot of practical skill sets you need, but also a mindset piece. The mindset shift of employees are, the boss takes care of me. I get a pension, I get superannuation, I get money at the end of the month, I get my sick pay, my holiday pay. So the consciousness of people who are in employment is the company takes care of me. They pay me every month. So it's this feeling of almost like the company is my father or my daddy, right? Sometimes people who are on benefits, they see the government as daddy. Daddy's taking care of me, and that happens to be the government. Okay, so now I'm not saying, now this is not any judgment to people who are employed. I'm just talking to you about the consciousness of an employee. The consciousness of an employee is someone else takes care of me. So I give away my power so that a boss can take care of me. I will give up my time to be at this job from 9 till 6, to do my skill set, and I get paid at the end of each month. So that's the mindset of someone who's an employee. Now, the mindset of as a business owner is a very different mindset, because if the business owner wants to create more success in their business, they need to take full responsibility, because everything rests on your shoulders. So when I first started out my business, I was the bookkeeper, I was the salesperson, the marketing person, the person doing the check-ins at my events, answering the phone, cleaning my office. Like, I was doing all of that stuff, right? And if I wanted to generate more revenue through my company, it was up to me. There was no boss that was going to pay me money every month. I had to go out there and had to go and make those phone calls. I had to go and speak to those people so that my business could bring revenue into me, and then my business then pays me a salary. So it's a very different mindset. So when you're in a business owner, the mindset is the responsibility is onto me. So I would like you probably need to look at some beliefs around your fears of taking responsibility and accountability, your fears around sales. So most people have a misunderstanding of what sales is. I see sales as a service. If my gift and my talent is to heal and to transform, and I don't tell you about that gift, I'm doing a disservice to you. So if I can see that you've got a challenge and I know I can help you, but I stay silent because I don't want to sell you, right? I've done you a disservice. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay. Hi, Faiza. Thank you. Okay, so Roger's saying, new career in cybersecurity. Wow. And become a theta healer and forgive my dad. Okay. All right, so obviously a lot of our community at Bergeron are theta healers. So if you are an energy healer, a therapist, Reiki practitioner, massage therapist, yoga instructor, if you're in that category of wellness and spirituality, here are some common blocks in that arena. The first one is that somehow it's wrong to have money and be spiritual. Okay, I did a whole Facebook Live on that. It's called the Poor Healer Syndrome. You can find that on Facebook Lives. previous videos. I've also uploaded it to YouTube as well. So there's a whole energy clearing on that particular topic of this poor healer syndrome, that it's wrong to have money and be spiritual. That's the first one. The second one is the fear of being visible. So we're talking like, you know, for the last 200 to 300 years, across many nations around the planet, there were the witch hunts. It happened in nearly every country around the world, where people who were practicing pagan rituals, like worshipping the sun and the moon and the seasons, if women were using herbs for healing, and even some men as well, that these people were hunted down and killed. So in the collective consciousness of healers and therapists, under that category of wellness and spirituality, there's this fear of, if I am visible and doing healing work or spiritual work, I'll be attacked, I'll be killed, I'll lose my home, I'll lose my family. So there's this unrealistic, crazy fear about being visible. So many healers really struggle to be visible online, talking about their services. So they'll try and be the undercover spiritual warrior. Okay, let me know how that's working out for you. Okay, undercover spiritual warrior. Okay, you're probably one of the best healers in the world, but nobody knows it. Nobody knows it. Okay, so those are a couple of really deep-rooted fears. The third biggest fear in regards to the health, wellness, spiritual category is that somehow, as the healer, you are responsible for your client's results. Okay, that's something you must let go of. So in Theta Healing, we in one of our advanced classes, the Planes of Existence class, we talk about virtue. So as we attain more virtues and surrender more vices, we essentially start to begin to ascend or begin to evolve until we reach the moment of enlightenment and ascension. And so one of the important virtues to master as a healer or a therapist is the virtue of detachment. You cannot get attached to the outcome of a healing, okay? Sometimes a client may come to you to get a pay rise and they get fired. But then getting fired was the kick up the ass they needed to start their own business. Maybe they were unhappy as an accountant and now they started their business as a yoga instructor, okay? But if you're going with the intention that clients coming to pay you to get themselves the pay rise, they're hoping that somehow the pay rise will make their shitty jobs, you know, a bit better, which is an illusion, of course. Okay, because the more money is not going to make them feel happier. Really, it's like a temporary fix. The deeper issue is, why are they staying stuck in that job? Why are they not going for their dream? Okay. All right. So those are top kind of 3 fears in the energy healing arena. Okay. Okay. Lydia's saying selling our flat and going on a world trip. Amazing, how exciting. So I've just had friends who live in Australia. They've just literally done that. They've just finally gotten back to Australia. They've done a world trip for the last year. So I think they rented out their house from Airbnb. They had investments as well. So they learned about investments, and they're very, very clever with their money. So this was a long-term plan for them. This was a vision they had in their life for a long, long time, and they made plans towards that. And that was obviously a practical action. But there's some fears around that if you travel the world and, you know, and rent your flat out, there's this feeling of, well, I won't have a home. So there's this kind of this fear of being nomadic, okay? Hi, Sabita. Hello, my lovely. Okay, Daniela saying, I didn't achieve a well-paid job and more confidence in myself. Okay, so what do you do, Daniela? What's your job? And confidence is an inside job, confidence. So this is something that I've been working on myself for many, many years. It's an ongoing process that we become completely incompetent, right? When we learn something new for the very first time, it's very incompetent. Then we start to improve, okay, until we become sort of satisfactory, and then ultimately confident, and then it becomes automatic. It becomes something we do in autopilot. So confidence comes with practice. And when people learn something new and something different for the first time, so I know I've got a lot of people online tonight who are Theta healers. So when you first come to a Feeling Basic course, if you've never done any energy healing work before, it's something new, it's something different, it feels a little bit awkward, you're trying something new, and all your fears around, I'm not good enough, I'm failing, they start to surface. So whenever you think about when you've done something new or different, Like, for example, if you think about when you were a child, when you learned to ride a bike, for example, or a scooter or a skateboard, you might have fallen off like quite a few times before you got the hang of it. At first, it feels very uncomfortable because you're learning something new and different. But obviously, you really wanted to ride the bike or the skateboard, you really wanted to get your driver's license, and so you persisted. So the challenge happens is as we go into adults and we're learning new skills, most people give up just when they're starting to improve, or when the going gets tough. Okay, when things become a little bit difficult, they tend to give up. So they lack the virtue of persistence. Okay, so if you're going to be planning your next decade, I really want you to keep this keyword in mind for the next year: persistence. I don't want you to give up after the first try, the 10th try, the 20th try. It's about being persistent and consistent. Okay, persistent and consistent. Hopefully you guys are taking some notes. Okay. Paul is saying weight loss and become a judge and become a healer. Wow, very impressive. Okay, so Paula, are you studying to become a judge? Are you in university? Are you an apprentice? Let me know. Hi, Avalon. Welcome. Okay, so Faiz is saying set up my healing business, increase client base and career growth aside. Okay, Pavlina saying getting more money and not having my soulmate clients. Okay, so this is about really being in an energetic alignment with the kind of clients you'd love to serve, rather than being desperate for money and taking any sort of clients. Okay, the moment you energetically align with the clients that you're meant to serve, that they will find you. Okay, so Daniela saying, achieve one big goal. We moved to England, but now I can continue to invest in myself and theta healing thanks to the manifesting course. Amazing. Okay, Vladimira, I'm a healer, Reiki, and massage therapist. Fantastic, welcome. Okay, Sabita saying, I am somehow afraid to be visible to do more. Okay, this is what I talked about earlier, Sabita, around the fear of being visible as the healer, for fear of prosecution and fear of being killed. Also, I know in Trinidad there's a lot of voodoo and black magic and things like that. So there's a misunderstanding in the collective consciousness about what healing is in the collective consciousness. So when you start to clear your own subconscious prejudice, so I don't know, Sabita, if you've done world relations. World relations is a class I would definitely recommend, for healing world relations, to clear your subconscious prejudice of your country, your people, and your industry. So even healers can have a prejudice against healers because of unconscious bias or prejudice that's genetic, that's been inherited, okay, around it being snake oil, it being corruption, cheating people, doing evil work, things like that. All that energy needs to be cleared out, so that you can be more in alignment with the term as the healer or therapist. So as you start to embody the purity of what it is to be the healer, okay, then you'll start to attract people who reflect that. So all people are doing is just reflecting your own subconscious fears. Okay, so can you please give me, okay, so JD, can you please give me tips or insights on my new business I'm planning next year? It is a music program working with Rainbow Kids. Should I be working with people? Can I do it myself? And your Skylar. Okay, so you've been working with one of our instructors, Skylar. Skylar is one of our theta healing instructors at Burjon and also a practitioner. Let me just tune in. I see you teaching, JD. I see you teaching. I don't know if you're an instructor already, but I see you teaching theta healing. Music is a part of that, but I see you actually teaching classes. I'm being shown kids and young adults, so 18, 21-year-olds. These are awakened, spiritually awakened children. So the crystal and the rainbow children. I'm helping them to channel their gifts. So that's part of the work that you'll do. So yeah, if you're not an instructor already, I suggest you go and get your instructors. But music will always be a part of that. But in the next Yeah, 2 to 3 years. I'm seeing you do it. You're doing teaching work. Okay, so this is a Russian name. So my sincerest apologies. I'm not Russian, although I was invited to teach in Russia. So increase income from my jewelry brand. Create money from every action. Learn to find harm in all aspects of my life. Okay. Okay, so for this Russian lady, yeah, you've got some beliefs around that it's difficult to sell, it's difficult to market, and that people don't have money for what you have to sell. It may be the type of jewelry you're selling, but there's this belief, or it's like a doubt that what you have, that people actually buy. It's almost like, oh, well, jewelry is not a necessity. It's somewhere in the subconscious. It's ancestral around that jewelry is a luxury and people don't need to spend money on that. They need to spend money on food and necessities. So it's somewhere you've got beliefs around that it's difficult to sell jewelry. So I will definitely shift that mindset and get really clear on the kind of people you would like to serve or like to sell your products to. So think about, your ideal client that will buy your jewelry. I would also like you to think globally. Don't just think within your own country. I want you to think globally as well. So if we're going to be making our 10-year goal, our 10-year plan, don't just think local, think global, guys. With internet, it's so accessible now that your customers are going to be across the world. Don't just think locally. Okay. Okay, Kelly's saying, my goal is to finally have paying clients for Reiki treatments, print business cards and start my holistic business, to manifest the money to do the Reiki Master Practitioner course and advance the healing skills and help me grow personally. Okay, amazing, amazing. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so Kelly, your subconscious blocks are to do with your money blocks. You've got some money blocks, and I know you're a theta healer, so the issue is never the issue. You start with your money blocks around that it's wrong to charge money for healing, that money is corrupt, or wanting money is greedy, that if I have money, it's dangerous to have money, that I'm taking advantage of people if I charge the money. All your money story, you need to unpick that in healing sessions. So my advice is find a healing buddy and do a lot of digging, do a lot of healing swabs to clear all your money blocks. That's where a lot of your challenges are. Once you clear your money blocks, you'll be shown the next step to actually get a client. You don't really need to have business cards printed, in all honesty. Most people are using Facebook and Instagram handles now. The fastest way to get a client is to start speaking to people. It's the fastest way. You can do websites and logos and Instagram posts, but the fastest way is really reach out to all people that you know and start making phone calls. But most people will be freaked out by that. And that's because of the resistance most people have to selling. Okay. Paula's saying, I want to get a promotion and more money. How much more money do you want, Paula? Okay, Nikki's saying, how will I find love? You find love with healing yourself first. When we heal ourselves and our self-worth and us loving ourselves, then we release the barriers to someone else loving us. Another person doesn't complete you or make you whole. You are whole to begin with. You're not a half, you're a whole. So once you start to heal your own wounds to around being lovable, being worthy of being loved, and loving yourself, then a soulmate can show up. But if there's a gap, you're not in energetic alignment. We have a class in Theta Healing called Soulmates. We've got one coming up in January. That might be a good class for you to attend, Nikki. We talk about soulmates in that class and clearing the blocks to soulmates. Hi, Atma. Hello, Happy New Year. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for putting this into the chat. Okay, right. So you guys are becoming aware of the things you've been trying to manifest and the things that haven't showed up in the last year. So we're going to start to create our goals for the next 10 years. Why 10 years? So we are now at the end of 2019, entering into 2020, the beginning of a new decade. And so for some of you, this is it, guys. This is it. This is like your prime time. So if you're in your 20s, this is going to be your 20s to your 30s. If you're in your 30s, this is your 30s to your 40s. If you're in your 40s, this is your 40s to your 50s, right? And if you're in your 50s, this is from 50 to 60. So this is it for you guys. And I want you to start to think. I want you to start to think globally. I want you to start to think legacy as well. Legacy. And what I mean by legacy is what you're going to leave behind when you are gone from this planet. Okay, so beyond having your needs met. So I want the new car, I want the house, I want the job, I want the boyfriend. Beyond those needs, what is the bigger vision for your life? That's the energy I want to get you to. Okay, I'm going to explain a little bit later in terms of manifesting why this is important. Okay, because if you're just thinking, well, I want this boyfriend or I want this job, you're thinking very short term, and it's actually a lower frequency. We want to raise our frequency, and as we raise our frequency, we raise our manifesting power. And when we do that by connecting to our vision, our mission, our purpose, and the legacy we wish to leave behind. Okay, every human being on this planet has some sort of legacy to leave behind. So for some people, it might be giving birth to children. Okay, so I've got 2 children. They are part of my legacy. So after I'm gone from this planet, they will still be here. And then my kids will have children, and that will be their legacy as well. Okay, one of the legacies I've left is the many healing students that I have taught. Some of them have gone on to become instructors and gone on to teach other people as well. So there are several instructors that have trained through me who've gone on to become instructors themselves who are teaching around the world. And so that's part of legacy. But what I'm talking about is this bigger vision for your life. So if you're thinking about, not necessarily on your deathbed, but if you're thinking about, looking back over your life and your career, rather than being filled with regret of the things you hadn't done, wished you had done, the things you said or didn't say, I want to start planning to create a life full of passion, a life full of purpose, and a life with a mission. This is where I want to get you guys. Beyond just the immediate short-term goals, I would like you to think much, much bigger. So now in the chat, I would like you to post in, in 10 years' time, 20 years' time, 30 years' time, what is the impact you wish to make on the planet? So if you're a healer, what's the global impact you wish to make through the kind of healing that you do? So if you're a Reiki master, if you're a healing instructor, if you are a yoga instructor, if you are, I think we had a musician in here, whatever your job title or career is, at the end of your life, what is the impact you wish to make with the work that you're going to do? Okay, this is what I want you to put in your chat. So it may just take a few moments for you to kind of really sink into that concept and just expand your field into this bigger vision for your life. I've got my mum here on the Facebook Live. Hi, Mum. Danuta Haleko. Oh, this is awesome. This is the first time my mum's been on a Facebook Live. Now I'm a bit nervous. Paula, my mum is actually also a theta healer. She's a naturopath, a very, very gifted healer. She works out of Sydney, Australia, and she's going to be moving to the country soon. Very, very gifted and powerful healer. Okay, so Paula's saying, okay, solicitor in the last 10 years, and lost it. Where is it? Oh, lack confidence. Okay, so Paula, my advice to you, Paula, is maybe reach out, go to our website, version.co.uk, and book yourself a session with one of our team. They can help you to clear some of these blocks around increasing your confidence. There's a lot of stuff in your throat chakra. It goes from childhood. It's to do with your father. It's like not having a right to speak up, not being listened to, not being heard, not being acknowledged. So there's some blockages in your throat. I've also been shown a slightly underactive thyroid as well. So I don't know if you're on any medication, there's an underactive thyroid as a result. It's like you've been silenced. And I just see the men in your life that make you or you perceive that make you feel small. Okay, so this needs clearing. This needs clearing. You already have what I'm being shown. You already have the skill set, but you're afraid to speak up in case you're wrong, because the fear is if I get it wrong, I'll be punished and shouted at. But actually, the truth is that people make mistakes all the time. We learn from our mistakes. And you should be allowed to make mistakes, but obviously, as a solicitor and a judge, we through experience is how we learn to make better decisions. You can't get that experience until you make mistakes. Okay. Okay. Okay, where are those big visions, guys? Let's have a look. Gosh, we've got a lot of people on the line tonight. Wow. Welcome, everyone. Welcome from around the world. Okay, so JD's saying, help the underdogs of the world to use their true voice, love, music, and theta. Okay, so who do you perceive as the underdogs, JD? The Russian lady, help people to see the beauty in themselves, make them happy, heal the planet. I love it. I'm getting goosepimples. That's beautiful. Can you feel how the frequency is higher when we talk about our legacy? Okay, Sabita's saying, the impact I would like to make is to bring theta healing into collective consciousness because I know it'll go a long way in healing Trinidad. Absolutely. I'm actually being shown, Sabita, that you and your daughters will not only expand through Trinidad, but through a lot of the neighboring countries and islands. I'm being shown it's going to spread out. I can see parts of the Caribbean and some of the other islands there as well. I'm being shown like Cayman Islands. But I'm just being shown people who are impoverished, who are spiritual, who then have a spiritual awakening. And also part of that is increasing people's wealth consciousness as well. This is part of your legacy, Sabita. You and your daughters will do this. Very exciting. Okay, so Kelly's saying to help people reach their full potential in certain areas in their life. So what areas, Sabita? Kelly, what areas? So Cinnamon's saying shifting the collective consciousness, write transformative books, lead rituals that create transformation others and begin to shift positive changes in humanity. I like it. I like it. There's something quite powerful about rituals. You know, we all have our little rituals we have in the morning, and they may be habitual. What if we could consciously create really beautiful rituals? And how we start our day, the first hour of that morning is how we live our day, and how we live our day is how we live our lives. So rituals are very important. Imagine if every morning, every person on the planet meditated just for 10 minutes, just for 10 minutes. What a different world we would have. Okay, ESM, empower women throughout their pregnancy and beyond through Reiki, theta healing, and yoga. Wonderful. This is a great body of work, ESM. A lot of women have a lot of fears around pregnancy. The fear that their baby will be deformed or disabled, the fear that they'll lose the baby, the fear that there will be a bad mother, the fear that they can't take care of the children, the fear of pain. I mean, it's just a huge body of work when you're working with women. And when we talk about, how, we've got medical intervention when it comes to, women and pregnancy, the more medical intervention there is during a woman's pregnancy and birth, then you essentially take away the power from women. So women need to really claim their power, because women have been giving birth for millions of years, right? And so when we start to tap into this infinite knowledge in our DNA, then we're able to have much easier births. But when we give away our power to some kind of medicine or a person outside of ourselves, we diminish our power, we diminish our faith in our own body to do what it's been doing for millions of years. Now, I'm not saying that medicine is bad or doctors are bad. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that we first need to look within for our power. Don't give it out. We need to look for a power within, not just as as women who give birth, but human beings in general. Too often people give away their power to somebody else. So definitely empowering women, and pregnancy is a really beautiful body of work to do, especially with Reiki, theta healing, and yoga. Okay, so Haritha would like to help people transcend into love and tap into their creativity. I'm going to show something with movement. I don't know if this is like, it's not yoga, it's some form of dance, but the form of dance is some sort of healing dance. There's a lot of like movement therapies. And there's like art therapy as well. So these are some of the things might like to explore. And there's lots of classes and workshops you can go check out. So Haritha, I would like you to, in the next kind of few weeks, I'd really like you to explore your own creativity through different exercises and workshops. And as you start to express your creativity, you'll start to receive guidance information on how you can help others with their creativity. Okay, so Lily Ann's saying, I've had lower back pain for days. Lower back pain is usually linked to fears around money. Okay, so you need to work with a thetaling practitioner or a thetaling buddy to clear your blocks to all your money fears. So base chakra stuff is all around money and support. That's what you need to work on. Okay, so Liliane, if you if you're not a theta healer, then obviously I'd recommend you reach out to one and book an appointment. You can also if you are a theta healer, you can do healing swaps. So you need to do a lot of healing swaps, my love, a lot of healing swaps. Just keep clearing all your support fears, your money fears, okay? There's a lot of density there that needs clearing, yeah, but it's an ongoing process. It's not like a one-hit wonder. You need to keep working on yourself. And this is where I talked about earlier in this Facebook Live about the virtue of persistence, guys. You must be persistent and committed, okay? Okay, Avalon, I want all the people on this planet to know and embody that they have the power to transform their lives from inside and be happy and live in love. That way they connect to their own inner source magic so that as a result, we'll have more caring, love, and a harmonious world. Wow, that's amazing. I love that. I love that. Are you a coach, Avalon? Like a spiritual life coach? I just see you speaking on stage. I see like flip charts. I see workbooks. I see it's with women. And there's exercises you're doing them. I can see an exercise where they've got their hand, their heart, and they're making these mantras or affirmations out loud. So it's a very experiential workshop, but you're a speaker and a teacher, Avalon. Marina, one of my visions is to expand people's consciousness about the need to take action for sustainability. I was waiting for somebody to talk about sustainability and help transform organizations to be more respectful of the people and planet. Absolutely. I love it. Absolutely. So when you are talking about, your plan or your vision for the next decade, we can start to break this down into bite-sized chunks. We think about, the big scope of things of the next 20 years and what we wish to accomplish. And we start to work our way backwards. What do we want to achieve during maybe maybe our first 6 months, 12 months, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years? Okay, we start to plan it out. So we take something very, very big and we start to break it down into bite-sized chunks. Then it becomes measurable and it becomes doable rather than you going into overwhelmment. But having that legacy and that vision is like this. It gives you the star that you're shooting for, because everyone needs that star that you're shooting for. Because here's the thing, guys. Most people give up on their dreams. They give up on their dreams because their mission and their passion's not big enough. They think small, they make little goals, they make small New Year's resolutions, and there's no passion, there's no commitment. They're like the small things that I want, right? I want the new bicycle, I want the new toy. It's like a small child who's petty in their desires, thinking very, very small, because we've been told that if you want more, that somehow you're greedy, that somehow you're selfish, that if you want more, that you're taking from other people. And so people become small, they're ashamed to ask for more, they shrink, and therefore they manifest little goals. And I'll be honest, little goals do not excite me one bit. I'm all about vision, I'm about legacy, I'm about passion and purpose. This is why I've been in theta healing for 11 years, guys. There have been a lot of difficulties, a lot of challenges, there's been a lot of growth, I've made a lot of mistakes, but because I had that passion and that mission and purpose, that no matter how hard things got, no matter how many mistakes I made, I would pick myself up and I would keep going again, because I had a bigger vision for my life and the people I wanted to empower through healing, through speaking, through teaching, through coaching, that I knew that as I grew, I could help other people as well. And when I start to see the transformations in my students and my clients, this motivates me to keep going, right? When I hear, testimonials from my students and my clients, this helps me to keep going when the going gets tough, okay? And so I've made a lot of mistakes, but I don't dwell on those mistakes. Okay, I don't dwell on those mistakes. So this is where I want you to really start to think big, create big goals, guys, big goals. I want you to ask for more, but not more from a place of ego or trying to impress people. It's like keeping up with the Joneses. This is not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is trying to be more of who you are meant to be, okay? becoming who you're meant to be, shining your light in all your glory, rather than staying small because you're afraid to offend people, afraid to stand out, afraid to be different, afraid to go against the grain. Okay, for you to live that miraculous life, you must have that persistence, you must have that faith, and you must have courage, the courage to stand up and be seen, and sometimes be different. Be different. Okay. Okay. So let's see. Ellen is saying, awaken courage in people to follow their soul path. Ooh, that sounds really juicy. And helping people to be connected with each other and nature and all that is. Beautiful. Danuta, my mother, to educate people to make independent choices about their health, not being influenced by Big Pharma. Yeah, it's a big job, Mum. It's a big job. I think you might need a team of people to do that. A lot of people are indoctrinated into like medicine as being the only choice. It is a choice, it's not the only choice. Often it's a combination of complementary therapies and pharmaceuticals. So, you know, we're not against doctors or science. You know, doctors in medicine have done phenomenal things on this planet, but people do have choices outside of that, and they can combine that as well. So, you know, you can combine, you know, medicine from pharmaceutical companies and from doctors with complementary therapies as well, okay, that you do have a choice. But obviously, you know, in my opinion, prevention is better than cure. Yeah, and this is when we start to talk about our 10-year goals, rather than kind of, you know, planning a savings, and, you know, when you get sick, it's, you know, planning for health, long-term health. This is what actions you're going to be doing in the next 20 years. It's going to support your health. So as you grow older, you feel younger, you have more vitality, you feel stronger, you feel healthier than you have ever had before. Okay, Maria, Mari, oh, it's an unusual name. Where are you from? I want to create, oh, New Zealand. I want to create a healing school to assist all of my people in New Zealand. That's wonderful. I love that. I love that. Okay. Louise, transform 100,000 lives through movement, mindfulness, theta, changing their energy, perception, and self-belief, ability to take action, create their lives, be fulfilling, eradicating tendency for anxiety and depression, inspire children to shine their light through a series of children books. Wow. Wow, there's a lot of clarity in that, Louise. A lot of clarity. Okay. Okay, Karina, I want to raise the vibration of people and help people to have happier lives, more love for themselves and nature, the world. Okay. Nikki, I want to help women reclaim their radiance, pleasure, self-love, and sovereignty with womb healing. Oh, that's beautiful. Sisterhood and sacred sexuality. I want to launch a brand of products, write books, create online programs, continue to run retreats. Wow, that's a lot of work, Nikki. Very ambitious. I need more focus, less procrastination, resistance at moving forward with this, and to heal my relationship with money. Okay, so Nikki, what I would like you to do, for now, just play the game with me. I want you to set aside all the stuff that you think you need to do in order to achieve your vision and mission. So if you're talking about helping them reclaim their radiance, their pleasure, self-love, sovereignty with womb healing, sisterhood, and sacred sexuality, okay, let go of the doingness of all of that, the tactics and the strategies and the products and services, let go of all of that, and just connect with those promised people, and ask the Creator to show you the easiest path to achieve that result. The easiest path to achieve that result. Because what I'm hearing is you don't need to do all of that in order to achieve your legacy, okay? What sometimes we can end up doing is we can overcomplicate things, because there's a lot of things like, for example, on the internet with a lot of online marketers that tell you should do a book and you should do an online course, you should do a podcast, and you know, you should have an Instagram and all this. There's all this doing, and it becomes overwhelming, and you get distracted, and you're caught up in the doingness of managing all these projects instead of really fulfilling your mission. So what I'm being shown is just to hone it in, and Creator's just show me there's this one direct path. And actually I'm being shown public speaking for you. I'm being shown big audiences. I'm being shown a TED talk. And out of that TED talk, there's some sort of online program that's going to be created. Some sort of sisterhood membership site is what I'm being shown. And it will achieve far more success than all this other stuff. I mean, you can still do the retreats and online programs, but as I'm kind of reading, I'm just feeling like energetically, I'm getting like squashed with overwhelm. And so asking the Creator to show you the easiest, fastest, simplest path to achieve that legacy. Okay, this is where I'd like you to be in. But it's beautiful, very inspiring, Nikki. Okay. Okay, Andrea, diminish the victim energy in people all over, teach my own modality. Very nice. Well, there's a lot of humanity stuck in victimhood. The consciousness of someone who's in the victim is someone who is afraid to take action. They're afraid to take action because all their beliefs about self-worth and safety are being triggered. Those are fundamental things you need to work with these people. Anyone who's stuck in victimhood is safety and feeling worthless. It's a very low frequency of shame. There's some shame as well. What's her name? Brené Brown's work is quite phenomenal. So if you're not familiar with Brené Brown, check out her work where she talks a lot about healing shame. As you start to clear these kind of lower frequencies, you can start to move people up out of the victim energy. But the person has to be ready. They have to be ready to shift out of victimhood. And unfortunately, not everybody's ready. And this is why the virtue of detachment that I mentioned earlier is so important. Okay. Wow. Okay, there's so many comments. I wish I could get to all of you guys. What I would like you to do, to thank you very much for the comments. We're going to continue the conversation on the webinar I've got coming up. It's a masterclass. It'll be on the 2nd of January. So I've posted the link in there for you. But before we do that, I want to take you through a manifesting meditation. I want you to, I definitely want to continue the conversation because you guys have got some phenomenal purposes and missions. I'm really excited. Very excited for what you guys are creating. And the frequency's raised. It's a high frequency when you start talking about vision and purpose and legacy, much high frequency. And when it comes to manifesting, guys, when you start to manifest in alignment with your vision and your purpose on this legacy on a bigger scale, then because you're focusing up here, all the little stuff that you want comes anyway. You don't even have to sort of focus about the new car, the house, the soulmate, the new job. All that stuff seems to sort itself out because your frequency is up here. Okay, that's why the manifesting works so powerfully. Okay, so close your eyes for me. Nice deep breath. Okay, just expand your energy across the room that you're in. Just feeling your molecules and your atoms spreading out past the building that you're in, the city that you're in. And just imagine sharing space and sharing molecules with the country that you're in. Across the planet. Across our solar system. Past the Milky Way galaxy, just keep expanding out further and further and further. And as you do, you're going to feel yourself becoming lighter and lighter. Good, expanding past all the galaxies of the universe and past the universe. And you're going to come to a series of lights, bright lights, dark lights, bright lights. Into a beautiful golden light. And this is the realm of the angels and ascended masters, high masters, and the home of your soul. Your soul resides here, in this beautiful golden light. This is why it's a familiar place. I want you to go even further out into this beautiful pearly iridescent white light, and this is the laws of the universe, the law of time, the law of attraction, magnetism, law of truth, law of compassion. And then finally expanding into this beautiful pearly iridescent light, bright, bright white light. Okay, good. Okay, so I'm going to say this command out loud. So creative, all that is commanded to remember my vision, my mission, my legacy, in the highest and best way. Thank you. It is done, show us. And you're going to start to see, feel, sense what your mission, vision, and legacy is. You may see children that are meant to be born. You may be in the current career that's going to help you fulfill that legacy. It may be a career change for some of you. You might see the faces of people you're going to impact with your work. So I just want you to relax, guys. Some of you are trying a little too hard. Just breathe, relax, relax your shoulders, relax your face, relax your jaw. Just ease into it. And the more you relax, the more this divine light can enter in through your crown chakra at the top of your head, flow into your body. And as it does so, it's going to give you that insight. Your mission, your vision, your legacy, your purpose. You're simply remembering that information's already inside you. We're just opening up the files, so to speak. I want you to let go of any fear of what you might find, or the task is too big or too great or requires suffering. That's just a story you've been telling yourself. Set that aside. Set aside your fear, your doubt, your worry. And let it flow into you. Your great gift, your zone of genius, the people you're here to serve, and the legacy you'll leave. Okay, so for many of you, you're getting more information on what you already wrote in the chat. Some of you are getting new insight. So if you're getting new insight, I want you to jot that down in your notes. And for those of you who are still a little stuck and not hear anything, just trust that it'll unfold over the coming days. That when you start asking of the universe, what is my mission, my vision, my purpose, my legacy, when you start asking that question, you'll be shown. Things will start to show up and pop up for you in your everyday life. So just trust that it'll be revealed to you. Okay, so crave all that is, it is command that all the resources that I need, the money, the people, the things, the situations, the connections, all the resources I need in order to fulfill my mission, my vision, my purpose, my legacy, come to me in the highest and best way, with ease and grace. Thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done. Show us. Okay, now I want you to see, feel, sense as this light pours in through your heart. It may be pouring into your hands, in the palm of your hands. And just feel this light pouring into your body as you receive. And I just want you to feel the gratitude and appreciation for all the gifts and abundance and resources you're about to receive in order to make all of this to happen. I want you to really feel the gratitude and appreciation. Knowing that you're worthy, because when you take from the universe, when you take abundance, abundance remains. So surrender any fear from taking too much. This is your birthright to receive all the resources you need in order to fulfill your mission. If your mission is to be a Reiki master or a judge, a musician, a speaker, if this is your gift, this is your mission, then Creator will give you all the resources you need to make that happen. You were born with the gifts, you were born with the talents, the genetic code. You chose your parents to prepare you for the great work that you will do. And now it's time to receive. And I just want you to accept all the resources, energetic as well as material. Good, well done, guys, well done. Okay, so now we're going to ask this divine energy for what is our first step, just one step. So creative, all that is, command to be shown my next step to receive and accept my mission, my vision, my purpose, and my legacy. It may be something small, guys, maybe something small. What is my next step? And that will be your task for the next 48 hours. That will be your task, your action step. And I really want you to feel the gratitude and appreciation and excitement for this next step that you will take that will move you closer towards your mission, your vision, your purpose, and your legacy. Okay, nice deep breath. And slowly open your eyes. Okay. Ooh. That was powerful. Thank you. Oh, that was intense. That was intense. So for some of you, you actually got your action step. So if you have your action step, post in the chat for me. I'd love to hear what your action step is. Okay. Wow. Jay, you're doing healings on 1,000 people this year. Wow, that's a lot of people. In 2020. Yes, Erica, you'll be able to rewatch. So I'll save this to the Facebook page and you'll be able to rewatch the Erica. Yeah. But Erica, you're welcome to join the masterclass. It'll be on the 2nd of Jan. I've posted the link in the chat for you. So you're welcome to join that as well. I'll be diving a lot deeper into this topic on that masterclass. And you'll have your questions answered as well. Hi, Osumi. Hello. Okay. Wow. God, this is amazing, guys. Let's have a look. Action step. Okay. Okay, I'm not sure how to pronounce this. Nadhaizi, action step, accept fully the job I have been offered. Okay, so it feels in alignment, yeah? If it feels in alignment, you feel excited, and that's the right choice. Don't take a job out of desperation or doubt or fear or something that hasn't come along. I want you to feel really aligned to that, yeah? Okay, Stina, promote meditation courses that I've created for youths. Fantastic. Okay, so this may mean getting somebody to help you with promotion. So for example, if you wanted to do Facebook ads, you might need some support in doing that to help promote the meditation classes. Also, what's really great is Facebook Lives. Facebook Lives are amazing for promotion. There's, I've had like 130 people on tonight's Facebook Live. Some of these people are obviously, follow me on my page, but lots of new people. So welcome if you've not heard me speak before. You've entered my vortex of woo-woo. But I use these spiritual tools in my business. God is definitely my business partner. Okay, Radhika, learning online marketing. Okay, so there's probably an online course you could learn from. Doesn't have to require a big investment. Ooh, Lauren. Hello, Lauren. Write an article for Elephant Journal. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, so within the next 48 hours, Lauren. Next 48 hours. Okay, Paula, become a senior Crown prosecutor and get the notes on a lecture about how to become a judge as a prosecutor. Fantastic. That's very tangible, very practical. I love it, Paula. I love it. Okay, Osumi says to declutter and spend more time with my brother first. Okay, declutter. So decluttering is fantastic, guys. I will talk a little bit about decluttering in future Facebook Lives. It's a big topic, and I know it sounds very, very simple, but everything is energy. Everything is energy. So the crap under your bed, you sleep under that. It's in your energetic field. So if you're not getting a restful night's sleep, it's because your auric field is sitting under the clutter under your bed. So get all the stuff out of from under your bed. Under your bed is not storage, guys. If you've ever studied Feng Shui, it's like a big no-no. You never put anything under your bed, because like the length of your, you probably can't see, the length of your arm is how far your aura extends. So if you think about that behind you, it goes to the floor. So whatever's in your field while you're sleeping is being absorbed. Okay, so energetic clutter on the bed will definitely keep you stuck. Clutter in attics will hold your future back. So definitely clearing up the attics. A lot of people are going to be decluttering in January. But we'll talk more about that in a future Facebook Live, because it's a really big topic. But everything is energy, so definitely getting rid of stuff. In fact, today I did some decluttering in my office. I got rid of a bunch of old books that it was time to donate to charity. Okay, so Emma's saying, action step, take a Reiki course in February. Good. Action step, to be more open and get out of my comfort zone. So what is like the physical action step you will do to get out of your comfort zone, Daniela? Okay, Nikki, keep daily winter sea swimming. Oh, wow, that's hardcore. For high vibration, for motivation to kick in, make some quiet time for creative connection, for channeling my first book. Amazing, amazing. So I know a lot of authors, what they do is they record themselves speaking and they have it transcribed using rev.com. It's a very quick way to write your book, very quick way. And then obviously you do your editing afterwards. But it's a way where you can just channel, because obviously, you know, if you're channeling and typing, it requires two parts of the brain to do that. But if you're just speaking, then you're channeling and it becomes easier. So you may find you write your book much faster this way. Okay, Arshad, I saw myself speaking to a ridiculously large amount of people. What is ridiculous, Arshad? What's ridiculous? Is it 1,000, 10,000, 100,000? Looked like to an entire country. My action step is I need to create space for me to be fully. Okay. Yeah, you have a message, Arshad. You have a message to share with the world. Okay, Jay Diamond, still seeing a big arena, lots of events, music and healing. Absolutely, totally. So what's a practical action step, Jay? What's a practical action step you can take in the next 48 hours? Imagine if you know, tomorrow evening, as you toast your champagne or your mocktail to celebrate the new year, you're sitting with your candle and you're journaling, but imagine sitting down knowing that you've taken some action, something small that's planning for your next decade, guys. How good that would feel, that you know that on the by the 31st of December 2019, you've taken some sort of action that you know will directly impact your life in 20 years time, no matter how small, guys. How good and how sweet the 31st of December will feel if you do that. So I challenge you to take some practical action step towards that legacy, guys. I really want you to think much, much bigger, much bigger. Elderly say nothing came. So elderly, don't worry, things will come as you start asking the universe. We've set the intention in this Facebook Live. You've tapped in the quantum field of everybody listening this evening as well. So you're kind of plugged into a field. As you're asking this question about what my mission, my purpose, my legacy is, you'll start to see it. You'll start to see it. There's a part in the brain called the reticular activating system. So basically, this is what it means: is that if you're on the lookout for a new car, let's just say it's an Audi Q4. Let's just say that's the car you're after. All of a sudden, you start seeing that same car everywhere on the roads because you're focusing on what you're looking for it. Does that make sense? Or it might be you're on the lookout for like a particular watch, right? All of a sudden you see all these people wearing that same watch. So whatever it is, you're focusing, you're getting your brain to focus on something and it starts to find it and spot it. So you can use the same technique for finding purpose, mission, and legacy. As you start asking for your purpose, your mission, and legacy, the universe will start to reveal this to you and you'll start seeing signs everywhere. It might be the cover of a book. It may be a blog post that you read. It may be a Facebook Live that you attend. It may be somebody else's post. And you might keep seeing this theme over and over again. Just be open to the way in which the universe will answer, okay? So just trust that it will be revealed to you in time. Okay. Okay. Right. So, Nikki, post my life blog, the first step of launching my Feeling clinics, my testimony on how Feeling has elevated me. I love it. Share that with media. Stop procrastinating and posting on it. Fantastic. I love it. That's really practical, tangible. Definitely. You know, as a healer and a therapist, your personal story is incredibly powerful, incredibly powerful. And there's a way in which you can share your personal story without going into gory details or into details that may offend other people in your family, for example. So when the story the story of how you had the transformation, the awareness that you had, and how your life is now. So how it was, but how your life is now, and the people have impacted. This is what's really inspiring, really, really inspiring. So I look forward to seeing your post, Nikki, on how Feeling has helped you. Okay, Avalon, to offer sample healing sessions to beach yoga, beach meditations groups in my city. Ooh, very nice. I'm liking your office, Avalon. I'm like the beach. I'm Australian, I love the beach, but I'm far from the beach right now. Okay. Okay, good. So most people have got their action step. Amazing. Amazing. So I really want it to be really tangible, really practical, something that I challenge you to do within the next 48 hours. If you can do it before the 1st of January, that would be really wonderful. Some small action that is directly linked to your big vision for your life, the legacy. Okay, so guys, we're going to wrap it up now. I've posted the link for the masterclass I've got coming up on the 2nd of January. It'll be at 8 p.m. GMT time. It will be recorded, but if you join live, I'll obviously try and answer as many questions as I can during the Q&A. I'm going to dive a little bit deeper on this particular topic. The first thing I'll cover is about some of the universal laws in regards to manifesting. So the law of attraction is not the only law of manifesting, guys. There's a lot of other laws, including, for example, the law of gestation, and the law of transmutation of energy. So there's a lot of different laws involved in manifesting, not just the law of attraction. I'm also going to be doing a little bit more energy clearing to start to clear some resistance towards visibility, towards success, towards money. So I'm going to be doing a bit of an energy clearing on that masterclass for you guys as well. And there'll also be a tool that I'll be sharing with you. This tool will be a very practical, tangible tool that you'll be able to download, where you can start to actually flesh out that 20-year plan and put and assign goals for that period. So we're going to take those 20 years and we're going to start to break it down into bite-sized chunks. Okay, so when I speak to my students and my clients and I say to them, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So if we're talking about the big vision for your life, we're going to start to break it down to bite-sized chunks, so that whenever you are creating something, building a project, writing a book or doing a talk, that it always directly links to your mission, your purpose, and your legacy. That you're doing something with intention, not just for an immediate goal, but for a long-term vision. So it starts to culminate. Okay, it's almost like compound interest. Little small baby steps, day in, day out, will start to create that life vision for you, and that's when life becomes miraculous. I've been doing this work for the last 11 years, and I can't even begin to tell you how much my life has changed from the person I was at the beginning of my journey. It's been long. Sometimes it's been difficult. There's been a lot of tears shed. Drama still happens in my life, but the way I respond to drama is a lot different than what I used to respond to drama. I have very little time for kind of gossip and nonsense. I'm an action taker. I'm a risk taker. I'm an adventurer. I'm a pioneer. I'm a leader to my community, and I couldn't even begin to imagine this life that I live now. I'm able to travel the world and inspire people around the world with the work that I do. So it's truly a gift. It's truly a gift. And it's not always easy, but my guiding star has been my mission, my purpose, my vision, and my legacy. And this is what I want for you guys. All right, so thank you so much. Thank you for joining me on this Facebook Live. So I look forward to seeing you on the 2nd of January. I'll be following up with you to see if you guys actually took your action steps. So when you are sipping your champagne on New Year's Eve, that you're thinking of me. You're thinking that you've completed your action step that's moved you towards your 20-year goal, and how sweet that drink will taste. And the seed you'll be planting the next 48 hours for the future, for the next decade. I'm so excited. Okay, good night, everyone. Bye.